Hello and welcome to our very first farm tour. It is Canada Day, so we are going to tour our Canada Day farm. We are currently on Year 6, Fall 16 on this file, so it is the fair today, but we'll show you a little bit around. So let's start up here. We have our furniture catalogs. We also have a fireplace. We're married to the one, the only Leah. If we look at her bedroom, we'll notice that it is fitting with the decor of the room and it's red. I thought it was screaming Canada, so that's why we married Leah. So this is Looney and Toonie. Down here, we've made a pool. We just used one of these tables, the load tables, to make a diving board. We have the blue flooring down with crystal pathing on top of it. And we have Krobus hanging out with some banana pudding. And then we've utilized a lot of the items in the furniture catalog. In here, we just have a long table with 2 chairs. And we've decorated with these wood panels. They kind of scream Canada. We were going for kind of a log cabin type feel in the house. And we're going with the green and the reds. Here we added a little bit of fencing just to kind of divide the area between the kitchen and the basement. We have our wardrobe here. I've thrown the little bear here. Just a cute little simple decor with some plants. Plants can add a lot to your decor. And then here in the basement, we've made a bar area, a nice pub. There's some beer, there's some coffee. We can hang out here, have a party. We've got all of our wine in the middle aging. I didn't want to go over the top with it. It's not for profit, it's just for decor. So we used the little lanterns that you can get from the furniture catalog on the tables. I was trying to kind of keep an interesting vibe with the stools. I never really decorated with them before, so I found they fit quite well. And we used the mahogany style tables to do all this. The bar itself, we've used tables as well. And we have the little Junimo that you find behind the community center serving us drinks. I have the 2 arcade machines because I feel like if you're in a bar, there needs to be arcade machines. And then we have our trophy and our jukebox. We fenced off the TV, just kind of keeping a nice, tidy area. And then we have the fireplace to the right here. We did get perfection on this playthrough, but we got it before 1.6 came out. Unfortunately, we do not have 100% on this file right now. We're at 99%. We're missing a few crafting recipes from the masteries. That's the only thing missing on this file. What's in your fridge, MTV Cribs? We've got all kinds of things. So for the house, we of course wanted that wood cabin feel. I also decided to move our house all the way to the bottom left, giving it a little bit more of a woodsy feel in the middle of the forest area on the forest farm. And you'll notice there's some lanterns over here. So the lanterns, you can actually put outside any lamp really, as long as you're on a side table. If you try to put them on the floor, it will not work, unfortunately. But you can put them here. They will light up at night. And then we have a little bit of fencing, a little everywhere on the file. And then I added a little bit of the hay flooring at the bottom. I thought it'd be a nice addition. We moved the shipping, of course. I don't know, I felt like the scarecrow kind of fit with the vibe, so that's why I put it there, and we added these 2 long trees at the entrance. Down here, we have a maple syrup farm. We've added sort of some texture with the trees. And then down here, we have apple trees because they were red. And then I believe we have cherry trees, if I'm not mistaken. I wanted to keep the red theme alive. And then I added these 2 little banana things, just something different, different plant, different look. And they will spawn bananas in the summertime. So there you have it. In here, we're not going for profit. So we have coffee beans, we have starfruit, we have some trees, we have hops, and we're making pale ale. I kind of wanted to give it sort of a fun feel, something a little different. And I learned that you could put trees in the greenhouse. It's not necessarily the best use of it, but it is fun if you're doing like decor. To the right here, we've got a couple things going on. So we did a nice little honey heart. The bear I thought would be really fun in the middle there, kind of making like an important statue. I also feel like a lot of the time when you're looking at like a wood cabin, there's a lot of like, there's kind of like animals and things. Like I have kind of that feel of, you know, hunting in the forest. So I don't know, the bear kind of just fit the vibe for that. And then we have some sunflowers. This was supposed to be a fun little log cabin. I never got around to decorating it, so that'll be a project to do on this file. So our coop is supposed to represent sort of a mini Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons is a coffee brand in Canada. So if we take a look at our animal tab, first of all, we've named our cat Moose and our horse Goose. Moose is kind of a joke because in New Brunswick, there's big warning signs to watch out for moose when you're driving. So we've named our Tim Horton animals different items you can purchase at Tim Hortons or just something related to it. So Double Double is a very popular order. It's 2 creams, 2 sugars. We've got Horton, there's dark roast. We've got Tim, so Tim and Horton, the chickens. And then fritter is a type of donut. Tea matin is like a breakfast sandwich. Ice cap, which is a popular drink on their menu. We got French vanilla. Timbits, probably one of their most well-known things. And then Boston cream donut. And then we have Dream Cookie, which was a thing that they had. I don't know if they still sell them. And then Tim Biebs was like a collaboration with Justin Bieber. So they had Timbits, but they were called Tim Biebs. We have all of our fun-loving animals hanging out in here. Currently, we're making duck mayo. We're also utilizing this auto grabber. The auto grabber makes it so that you don't actually have to pick up the items. The cows are supposed to represent different provinces in Canada. And so we did kind of a cow pun with them. So we have Nova Scotia is Nova Scotia, Cowberta is Alberta, Nunavut is Nunavut. We've got Newfoundland, which is Newfoundland. Ontario is Ontario. We've got Columbia, British Columbia. Manitoba is Manitoba. P-Word Island is Prince Edward Island. We've got Saskatchewan. We've got Vancouver, which is Vancouver. And we got New Brunswick, which is New Brunswick. Quebec is Quebec. We've got Mukon, which is Yukon. And then we have Northumberland, which is a company of milk in Canada, more specifically in the maritime area, but Northumberland Territories, which is Northwest Territories. And so there you have it. There are all of our cows. And then we have a couple of... We were bilingual in this file. So we've got Canada A, the ostrich. We've got goat and chèvre. So in goat and chèvre is the same thing. And then we have saucisse, bacon, et jambon, which is sausage, bacon, and ham for the pigs. You'll notice there's some like small detailing throughout. We have like this wriggly worm thing happening. We have this red eel pond. We were really trying to keep like the red and brown really relevant throughout the file. And then up here, we've changed this a few times. It used to just be pathing, but I decided to change it to the lamps. So at nighttime, there's a little bit more light on the farm. So now we have the wood plank floor down, and then we have side tables of 2 different colors with the matching lamps on top of them, spelling O Canada. How this whole file started is there was an idea to make a Canada flag with a chest. It was one of my first times doing pixel art. The lights just turned on, but you'll see what I meant about the side table lamps. Really good way to not have to worry about collecting battery packs. But we made our maple leaf out of chest. It used to be further down too, and we moved it up. And then you'll notice now this is all lit up, so it gives the farm a little bit more life. And then we have all of our totems here. This was a design I had seen that I wanted to try. We have little tea saplings in front of this Junimo hut. And then every year we can collect one of these little Junimos behind the community center. And I wanted to utilize different trees. And then at the top, we have our golden clock. Of course, we have the 4 candles, and we have an owl just kind of guarding everything for us. We also stole Linus's berry basket, so it's just kind of hanging out there. Initially, I wanted to make a pancake house, and this is not it. I think this was supposed to be like a processing shed of some sort, but I never really finished it. So we definitely need to decorate the inside of these sheds, and this was gonna be our pancake house here. So we're gonna have like some maple syrup. We have a maple bar on the table. We got a little bit of cutlery. I kind of wanted to do like a mini like pancake bar type feel, so we'll get to that. One of the things about decorating in Stardew is you're never truly done a file. It's just how it goes. And then we actually picked the fruit cave in this one, which as you can see, I've kind of neglected. And then one thing that I do like to do is I like to use pathing throughout the town. This was sort of a design that I had seen that I got inspo from on Pinterest, and then I wanted to kind of make it my own. I really like the idea of adding the little fencing at the front here. I really utilized fencing a lot on this file, and then I kind of wanted to color code my chest so that I could better identify what was in them, but also I utilized these side tables on the exterior to kind of represent what was in each thing. The front chest here, this yellow chest here has always been my seed chest. This is just like different banners and paintings. And then we had pathing in this one. And then here we have craftable items and yeah, more items from the Desert Festival. The Desert Festival has a lot of cool items, so keep that in mind. And then we have gems down here. And we have some food that we cooked, which could be in the fridge, but you know, it'll be fine. We have it out. To the left here is our entire fishing area. So we have garbage, basically, just like trash or like seaweed, algae, that kind of thing. This is our bait chest and fish food. Then we have a tackle box as well. And then these light blue ones here are small fish. So like we have basically, as you can see, lobster, crabs, shells, that kind of thing. Same thing in this one. And then we have 3 chests that just have random fish in it. They're not really organized in any way, shape, or form, but they are all here. And then top left, we have a weapon chest. And then in here, I believe we have rings. Yeah, so they're not super well identified, but you know, it's okay. Again, these could go in a dresser, but I just chose to be fun on this file to kind of have them on display, easily accessible, organized. This is artifacts that we have, spare artifacts, and we have bones in this one. If we keep going, we have animal products and artisan goods are in these 2, and then we have flowers. All kinds of flowers. I never bothered upgrading these, and I don't think I will because I kind of like that they were original before the large chests exist. But it was just kind of a fun idea that we had. Over to the right here, we have crops in order of season. So I'll go to the bottom. This is our mushroom chest. And we also have like exotic foraging in there. In here we have spring, summer, fall crops. I can show you guys if you want. Spring, summer, fall. And then we have winter as well, forage. And then we have our spring, summer, fall crops. So we have light green is forage, dark green is crops. And then we have all of our crystallariums over here. I like to have a crafting station. You can purchase this from Robin for 2,000 gold. And it's just easier to throw everything in the chest around them, surrounding it. And then when you click on the workstation, you can access whatever you're able to craft within the chests that are around them. A little smelting station. And then we had some gems. I like to do rubies and jades. Rubies are exchangeable for spicy eel. Jades are exchangeable for staircases on Sunday. Both of those you trade at the Desert Trader. So fun little thing in here. And then we just made 3 large cauliflowers as well. You'll notice this trailer here is, if you have multiple cabins and the one that's to the right there, it's always over a large log on the forest farm, but you can move it forward one and it'll just kind of show up in a really goofy way. You can still enter through the side. Next up, we have the bus stop. Of course, it's raining, so I want to give you guys a tour. This is actually one of my favorite areas that I have made on the file. We've added these little mushroom logs that were added in some of the updates. A lot of these items are found in the Junimo catalog, like the lamps, for example, the side tables, these little plants that are here. I kind of wanted to make it a fun little waiting area. We've added the little mushrooms, as you can see. We have different plants around. I wanted to make it really fun and make it pop, and we have the Junimo hut. So I just find it's a very welcoming, fun design that we made. All right, you'll notice I like to put pathing throughout the Stardew Valley farm. A lot of people think my files are modded because of it, but no, everything in here you can get in the base game. You don't need to do anything fancy. And you can play around with pathing until you're happy with how it turns out. What I like about the wood plank flooring is it's not perfect. So when you place it down, like if you see like here, for example, it looks like it's a part of it and it doesn't look weird. Like it kind of belongs with the structure. That being said, if you put a plant in the sides, like if this is really bothering you, plants can add a lot to your decor. So just keep that in mind. We'll go to the quarry here. Over here, we made another flag. This is the Acadian flag. I myself am Acadian, so I thought it was appropriate to add that in here. And here, I thought it would be fun to kind of do part of O Canada out of flute blocks. So it might not be perfect, but it is kind of fun and different. A really, really cool thing that a lot of people don't know about in the update, and I'm gonna show it to you guys right now, is you can take certain items, and if you hold them above your head as you're going in front of the music notes, it'll change. So for example, I really like the star shards. So we're gonna use that for our O Canada. We can actually change this. You can do this clam, or you can do the truffle, or you can do the duck feather. Maybe the amethyst is more your jam. There's the telephone that you can use. Or, of course, the star shards. You can use different gems or different shells to make those sounds, but it's just fun to kind of play around and be able to do some variety on your flute blocks. Again, we put the pathing a little bit throughout. We decided to do double hockey sticks with side tables. Side tables are really fun to decorate with. You can do a lot of different pixel art. To the left here, we decided to design the maple syrup in Stardew Valley and put it in the middle of the town because, you know, we're a Canadian town, so why not? Again, we used different side tables to do that. Down here on the beach, we decided to do an SOS call. So we decided to do a little maple leaf and we wrote A as well. I decided to do a nice little pathing up to the cave here. It was my first time alternating these two paths together and they fit quite well. So I'm probably gonna use this in other designs, but definitely something I enjoy. And then here, I thought it would be fun to do a potato farm to represent Prince Edward Island, who that province is really known for their potatoes. And we're actually making potato vodka. It's right here. It's not profitable, it's just fun. A lot of this is just for fun. So it's not like how to make the most money, you grow potatoes, and no, that's definitely not the crop that you want if you're looking to make money. But now that we've gotten perfection, we can play around a little bit more and just do more decor stuff. You'll also notice there's trees in the water. In previous updates to 1.6, you could actually plant seeds in the water. So if you do down patch your game, you would be able to also put these trees in the water. But unfortunately, it's not available anymore. Thanks so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed our farm tour. I hope to be able to do more of these and update them as we go through and decorate more on the files.